What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Optimize You. I'm Alex, one of your hosts, and this is our Thursday episode. If you're new, welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to have you. If you're not new, all we ask is that you share our podcast with somebody in your life, friend, family member, coworker, some stranger that you see on the sidewalk, like whatever it is. Just share with somebody, helps us grow. A few things to point out. First off, I think you probably will see, if you're watching, my Christmas tree is still up. It'll be up all year. It's a good light. I'm going to be that guy. It's just going to keep his tree up all year. And then also I got this right behind my, what will be, I don't know, very hard to look at this. Right behind me, I'm pointing at it, is a flag that I got. Optimize You flag. And I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm trying to figure out a good spot to put it because I was going to put it like above the TV, but then that's not going to ever be seen. And so we're going to leave it right there for now until we figure out a better spot for this thing. But I will get right into it. So this is week 2 of me being at my job. And so I'm going to try to, in this Thursday episode, help out you 9-to-5ers going forward and just kind of me being back in the workforce, also going into the office now a lot more, being out and about. You know, for my job at sales, I'm going to start out having to, or getting into like door knocking right away. And then ideally moving up to the next level of our sales team within the next 3 or so months. And so it's a difficult job, but it also means I'm on my feet a lot all day. I'm getting some good movement in, but also I don't have as much time to like eat food throughout the day, right? I'm used to eating a bunch of food and packing stuff. And so I've been eating out a little bit more, eating lunch out a little bit more, kind of trying to figure out, get my feet under me there. And so some of the things that I'm doing is I'm still keeping my convenient foods around. So like I have protein bars. I bought a little bit of beef jerky. I know it's expensive. I don't really plan on buying it again too much. Bananas, like different fruits, right? Keeping those around. I'm packing something for the office. So like I'm generally going into the office at least a little bit throughout the week. And so packing a good meal, I'm eating breakfast at home before I leave. And then I'm eating something, mid to late morning to get me going before I go out and start doing the job. And then, maybe having a meal out. But I just I've been eating this is actually probably the last month or so, I've been eating out more. So it's kind of forced me to be a little bit more on point with my food, right? So I've been if I know I'm going to be eating out and I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm going to maybe choose something that isn't as maybe nutritious, then I'll peel back some calories earlier in the day or peel back some calories in each meal. So instead of, let's say, eating 1,000 calories in each meal, maybe I'll do 700. And then I give myself a little bit more room for dinner. Also, I'm using the crock pot left and right. And so this isn't really any change from what I've been doing for a while now, but I'm just going, chicken in some sort of sauce in the crock pot, like 5 pounds of that. That is setting me up for success. I'm using the rice cooker for rice all the time. I think it makes amazing rice and it just sets me up for success. I'm using my frozen veggies still. I'm actually doing ground beef or ground turkey in the crock pot as well. I just put that in there. And then for every pound of ground turkey or ground beef, then I am doing a 1/4 cup of water, seasoning that up. At the end of the day, you kind of chop it up. It's ground beef or it's ground turkey. It's set up for the week or for 3 or 4 days or however long that lasts you, right? If you're doing it for the family, it's probably going to last you less period of time. If you're doing it for yourself, it's going to probably last you a little bit more time. Also, it depends on how much food you eat, right? And so that stuff is really going well. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling set up for success. I'm not having to eat out as much, I'm not having to, I should say, eat out all the time, right? I'm not eating out every meal. I'm still making sure I have that. And then I have Greek yogurt always on tap with frozen blueberries and bananas and other fruit and peanut butter and protein powder and all of these different things that are going a long way. And then I have almonds and beef jerky and protein bars and different kinds of stuff at my disposal throughout the day if I need it. Staying hydrated, right? A huge thing. I'm trying to get off to a good start in the morning because sometimes middle of the day, a little bit harder for me to I haven't been remembering as much. And then also, out walking Sometimes I'll have water with me, sometimes I won't. Obviously, as it gets warmer, I'm going to really definitely have water with me. Make sure I'm pounding that because it's easy when you're outside a lot, when you're walking a lot, to you have to drink more water, right? And so I'm kind of trying to get on that train a little bit. And then, the infamous sleep. So now my sleep schedule is kind of a little bit different. And when I work out, I get up at 4:15. When I don't work out in the mornings, I get up at 5 throughout the week. And then on the weekends, I'm staying out a little bit later. And so but I'm still ending up getting up early, right? Because then you're kind of conditioning yourself. So I'm trying to kind of make sure that I'm still prioritizing sleep as much as possible, getting 7 hours a night. I did a really bad job of that the first week at my job. Terrible job. I got like a few nights where I had 4 hours of sleep. I was kind of staying up later, getting up earlier to go work out or, go to work. And over time, that just wore on me. I felt like shit. And all it really takes from me is like 2-3 nights of really doing a bad job with sleep or getting rough sleep for me to just feel like shit and just notice that my mind starts to go negative even a little bit more than normal. And I start to gravitate towards less quality foods. And it starts to get harder to get to the gym and move and think clearly and make good decisions, right? It's all of these different things start happening. So I am really trying to set like really good boundaries with myself and make sure that I am prioritizing at least that 7 hours, most nights, right? Trying to get 8 when I can, 7 most nights, and then on the weekends, right? There's going to be those scenarios like where I think in the past sleep was something where it was like, this is like, it has to be the thing. It's like, oh, this is my number one thing at certain points in my life. And right now it's just not. Like I would, on the weekends, I'm going to choose like good experiences over getting like 8-9 hours of sleep all these times. Like there's going to be certain times. Last night I went to a Foreigner concert. For those who don't know who Foreigner is, they're a band, a classic rock band. Fucking awesome. If you don't know Foreigner, go out there and listen to some of their songs, and maybe you like them, maybe you won't. I guess it kind of depends on who you are, but I love them. It was amazing. But I was out later, right? I didn't get to bed till midnight. Had to get up a little bit earlier this morning. Kind of, woke up earlier and then just kind of tossed and turned for the last few hours just because I'm normally getting up at 4 or 5 a.m., right? So that's just the way it is. And I'm just trying to get okay with that, right? It's just get okay with the fact that it's not always going to be amazing sleep every night, but we're going to do our best to prioritize it. And that's all you can really do is just do your best with shit and try to make improvements where you can. Try to figure out where you're making mistakes and having failures and what can we do to get better for next time, right? And so it's just the ever-changing thing. And so this is really just an update. Hopefully something from this can help you as well. I'll continue to kind of go through what I'm doing, the adjustments that I'm making week after week to get better, to feel good, to be in really good shape while also enjoying all of my favorite foods and doing an awesome job in my work and doing an awesome job with my nutrition coaching and doing an awesome job in my relationships and all of these different things that are going on in life. So hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe. If you're new, share this with a friend, family member, coworker. If you enjoyed this, if you think that they could get help from it, if you enjoy the pod, just share the pod with them. We appreciate you all. Hope you have a good rest of the day, a good rest of the week, and I'll be talking to you soon.